Welcome to the Out of the Box podcast. It's the number one podcast the industry never knew they needed. And we just want to say we greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's go. Okay. What's good? What's good? Okay. We just want to say thank you guys for rocking with us each and every week. It's the number one podcast the industry never knew they needed. I go by the name Shakita Speaks of Southern Belle. And shout out to my brother Jerome in the house is in the building. And listen, shout out to all the new subscribers. Shout out to you. It's your first time tuning in with us. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do all that good shit. Let's go.
And welcome to Out of Box podcast. I love that part of the track, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody will play the first part, you know what I'm saying? The first part is kind of like crazy. 21 to you do something for me. Like, I don't like that part. But when I heard Rich Flex, when the other part, I'm like, damn, Drake, tell them niggas. I love when Drake talk his shit.
Big facts.
We want to go into this episode. I think we want to basically go into a controversial, kind of controversial, not really controversial. You know, want to take a hot take from one of the queens of R&B. You know what I mean? Like during my time period, during Shakita film period too.
Absolutely.
You know, doing a Murder Inc. days.
Absolutely. Shout out to Murder Inc.
And she's like one of the baddest, still the baddest. She's like wanted. She will never turn ugly. It's cool crazy. I'll be like, God, she's so amazing. I'll drink your bath water if I could.
Niggas.
Shanti. Now.
It's crazy how you said her name. Shanti.
Yeah, Shanti, man. She's
oh my gosh.
She's something that.
You sound like you having an orgasm when you say her name.
Yeah, I mean, her name is beautiful. And, you know, with Ashanti and everything like that, it's a sacred treasure. You know, we got to make sure she getting taken care of. You know what I mean? Like Ashanti, like, let me know, bro. I definitely.
Ashanti is definitely a queen. She's extremely beautiful.
Yeah, I definitely run up on a nigga, dog. Let me know. You feel what I'm saying? I'll be like outside a nigga house, whoever. You like have a problem, let me know. Number 202. Yeah, I'm done. All right. Ain't trying to get my number out there. But anyway, one of the main things is that during, like, back in the day, Ashanti basically had a music producer come up to her and was like, yeah, you know, I would love to do a beat for you or make this song with you. And Ashanti like, yeah, cool, awesome, yeah, I would love to do it. But the music producer was like, in order for us to make this song.
Yeah, no, I think you got it messed up a little bit. So they actually had, did music, did the track, laid everything down. You know what I'm saying? He did go to it like you said, but they laid down the track and everything. You know what I'm saying? But he said in order for her to basically, you know, keep the track.
Oh, to keep the track. But yeah, so, you know, a lot of times it's like a producer sometimes will still own the masters in order for them to release it. You know what I'm saying? You basically have to make an agreement when it comes to the producer. So at the end of the day, they were saying that today, you know, they want to, he was like, you have to basically have shower sex with me in order basically to release the track, like Shakita said. And, you know, it's crazy because it's like she was basically thought it was a joke. She's like, who the fuck will basically do this? But
be bold enough to ask that.
Yeah, but, you know, in this music industry, you know, there's a lot of horny niggas. Like, think about it. Most of these artists or producers probably never had girls in their life. Probably never able to holler, never able to talk to them or whatever. So they use their fame and they think that just because of their status, they can get whatever they want. You feel what I mean? So the thing is that, you know, Ashanti says she turned it down. Beautiful black queen she is. She better. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is that people are saying and that they're irritated about is why she didn't basically say a name, like who it was. And what do you think, Shakita? Do you think that she should basically say a name?
In my personal opinion, I feel like she's a grown ass woman. She could do what she want to do. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, she can. I understand where people are coming from at the same time, but the thing is, I feel like she doesn't like to put herself in situations where, if especially if it didn't go anywhere. I think that's just how she was looking at it. She was looking at it like, hey, I turned the situation down. Nothing came from it, so it was really nothing else for her to talk about. One thing about Ashanti is for years she's always been kind of like the type of person who kept her life private, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's just a personal preference for her not to be out here exposing certain situations. Like, we look back at like the stuff with Irv Gotti and everything. She didn't expose a lot of the stuff that was happening to behind the scenes for years. You know what I'm saying? There was stuff that she could have spoke out for a very, very long time. So that she didn't. I just don't think it's in her personality to do that. She just the type of person, I feel like she feels like what happened is gonna come to you. You know what I'm saying? She don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? To put your name out here, or, you know what I'm saying, dirt on your name. And then hopefully, if you're a young lady, you with Grace, you gonna be like just her, and you gonna turn it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think in the day it's up to, when it comes to either the victim or the person to expose someone. It's like someone that was basically sexually assaulted. It's up to them to basically give that right to admit that, right? But it is a catch-22 on certain things, right?
Okay.
See, the issue is that if you have a person like that, and there's other women in this industry, you know what I'm saying, like, you should basically expose them due to the fact that other women can go through the same thing. See, because the thing is, when it comes to the entertainment industry, a lot of people are very desperate to get to where they are. Because if you're in the entertainment industry, a lot of people, if you made it to where you are at, you have basically sacrificed a lot. And there's certain times where it's like you probably spent all your money, did everything that you could, and this is the only opportunity that you can, that you feel that you can do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's sometimes that you see that in a lot of women. They're a data producer or data rapper or whatsoever, because they believe that if I mess with this person, that it will get me further. But that's further from the truth. You know what I mean? But, when you're into those, if you're basically in desperate situations like that, sometimes that makes someone more vulnerable. When I basically ever go to let's say LA or in Hollywood, some of the people would be very desperate to get to what they want to do. They'll do anything for a role. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They'll basically sacrifice anything. You know what I'm saying? Stab someone in the back. So it's like, to prevent these things, you feel what I'm saying? It'd probably be best to say that person's name. But at the end of the day, it's like sometimes it really depends on that person. Maybe doesn't want to. Maybe they basically patch things up. You never know. They could have been like, you know what? That was wrong and you shouldn't have done it. And now they're cool. Yeah. It'd be crazy if it's fucking Irv Gotti or something like that, right? Or, someone that she still works with to this day. So you really never know.
But as I just now thought about it too, we also got to probably think about the time that this probably happened too. This was probably at a time where you really couldn't just move a certain way and throw people under the bus. You know what I'm saying? Because let's think about all the times, the stories that's coming out today. A lot of people were kind of didn't want to expose people back. Exposing wasn't really such a huge thing back then too. And exposing could, in most cases, it can cost your career back then. You know what I'm saying? Right. We don't know when exactly this happened, and depending when it was, that could have been also her mindset at the time. But also, I feel like at the end of the day, she did move with Grace, and she did, she shut it down. Yeah. So props to her for that.
Definitely. We probably will never know. I doubt it. We probably will know very soon. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I hope she didn't tell that story to someone. Someone was like, I heard that story. It was such and such. And it'd be on the shade room.
Facts.
Speaking on, that, it's a different subject, but, it's basically about another woman artist. And this woman artist is always talking about bags, Birkin bags, talking about she'll only date a nigga that would do that, which is not me. Okay. And
you ain't trying to cop a girl Birkin.
Fuck no. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like these things that this artist basically talk about. You know, she had a couple of hits, you know what I'm saying? She had some hits with, you know, Saweetie, you know, she had a joint with Best Friends with Doja Cat. I mean, she had a couple of, you know, strings of hits that basically hit the Billboard. But, you know, what's going on is this artist's name is Saweetie. She has sold maybe 7,000 first week, which is a super flop, you know, especially if you're signed to a record label. That means
I think it was even 2,000.
2,000?
Yeah,
well,
it was low.
Yeah, it was an extreme low number. It could have been 2,000. Yeah, you can double check that. You know, I think, I feel like there's multiple reasons of why that is. And I think my theory is that truly did people even know about the album? You know what I'm saying? I don't even think like there was no press, there was no song or anything like that that basically push it. And I just feel like, you know, Saweetie hasn't did any kind of justice to like, you know, going on tour and doing some things to basically promote herself more. Because even though you got an audience, you got to look at your audience just like there is. Like you basically feeding someone. The more that you keep on feeding, the more your audience will be loyal. It's like a dog. It's like your audience is like that. You keep feeding your dog all the time and they see that you feed it, the more loyal they be to you. You know what I'm saying? Every time that you come in the house, they'll basically come to you first before they come to anybody else. No matter how nice the other person is to your dog, is that the fact that you feed it, you give it water and all those things. It's the same thing when it comes to an audience. See, you basically build that up. And other than like build that up with their music and give them like, yeah, I want some more. And I feel like she didn't build a fan base. And the thing is that like she is more to me not a musician, a social influencer. But you know, it's more. It's more than the music than, you know, showing your body off. I'm like, yeah, you pretty, but what the fuck does that mean? There's other pretty women that's out here and that are talented. You feel what I'm saying? Another thing is that, you know, no disrespect, the music that you basically drop or when you have a song featuring someone, your parts are kind of subpar. You're not really the greatest. You know what I mean? It's like, skip.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's what I feel.
But do you think a lot of it, the name of her album was like The Single Life. I think they probably thought that it was going to do a lot of better than what it would have done because it was, people thought it was going to she was going to answer a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they thought that it would turn out more better because Saweetie is a really quiet person. She haven't spoke out on a lot of situations. So I think when she dropped the track, I think they was expecting it to just automatically like, you know what I'm saying? Do good.
I think they kind of knew it was going to flop. You know what I mean? Because like there was no promotion. Like, did you hear about it?
I mean, the promotion was... It was, I feel like they started promoting it like the last week. I mean, the week right before it dropped. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a person like Saweetie, she does need a little bit more promotion. I agree with you on that.
You know, like another example of great album sales, but you know, it's a different caliber of an artist. But this is what artists need to do back again. You know, because like, you know, when artists back in the day used to basically have like a couple months in advance to let them know, prepare a song, let that song buzz up and everything like that, and people are like, oh, okay, all right, can't wait till this album come out, drop another song, then drop another song. And you know, sometimes, you know what I mean, like that build up
anticipation,
definitely basically happened because, you know, Beyonce kind of messed up things when she dropped one album, you know, the album, like, okay, I'm just going to drop it the next day. Did good. But, you know, nowadays, that's not going to really fly like that. Even Drake can't really do that because Drake, they kind of did a little fast thing with Her Loss. But imagine, Her Loss would have sold 10 times more if he built in a month. So the reason why I mentioned Taylor Swift, she built it up for 3 months, right? You feel what I'm saying? Probably song here, telling her fans and everything like that. And she has went, if I'm not mistaken, she has sold freaking 1 million in the first week or something like that. She sold something crazy that hasn't been done in a long time since CDs. Okay, that's basically surpassing Adele. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But you know what I'm saying? It's like Drake can do the same thing. But for an artist like Saweetie, it's definitely needed. At least she would have got like 20K if they done that. Because, you know, there's certain things like I never did understand. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like her social media presence is the reason why that, you know, they basically help her with her music. Because the thing is, she just got to basically do that. I mean, I feel like she's not going to go nowhere. You know what I mean? I feel like she's still going to be present. You know, people still like her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for McDonald's, you know, the funniest thing, when she was in McDonald's, they basically let her go quick. They was like, yeah, we're not selling no burgers. You know, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. I feel like, yo, if you have McDonald's, you need like an artist or something like that, or a doper social influencer than her. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think it makes sense. I guess some people don't say it don't make sense when you have that many followers, but followers doesn't mean a fan base. Because the followers can be horny niggas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People that just beating off and be like, yeah, I love this. Oh, God, show me the pictures.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can have all the followers in the world and still don't have a fan base. You got to build it, you know, because everybody be like, man, you have all these followers or whatever. How you going to do this? Like, think about Chris Brown, right? Chris Brown has millions of followers. Right. His last album, what did it do? Like 50, 40?
It was low. I don't know exactly how many sales, but it was low. You would have thought, for somebody like Chris Brown, you would have thought it would have did a lot better than what it did. But you know what's crazy? You really brought up a good point. Like, when you think about music and how promotion was done back in the day versus how it's done now, it's completely different. Like, albums do drop a little bit more, like, they drop quick with like little to no promotion nowadays. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I do kind of wish that we could kind of go back and, you know, have those experiences like we used to have. You know, they used to do mad interviews. You used to have 106 in Park, people coming out. You know, it was just like major. So when the album did drop, you remember like the whole rollout with like Kanye and 50 Cent? That shit was crazy. Like that whole turnout. And I think we do need to get back to that.
Yeah. And, you know, I think that the evolution of it would basically be these podcasts, you know, because like I really don't want to see no radio interview. Honestly, I'm going to be dead ass, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the Breakfast Club sometimes, but it's like the radio interviews ask the generic questions where the podcasters can ask them off the wall questions. Like, you have some podcasters that say some funny, wild shit. They're not basically, I mean, some are basically owned by corporations, but it's like they can say whatever the fuck they want to. You know what I'm saying? Especially that they own it. Like, you think about like these podcasts that own that whole shit, like Mr. Beast or Vlad TV. Vlad TV asks fucking everything. He asks about when did you basically come out the womb? Yeah, you know, your parent, your household. Do you have two parents? Everything like that. Which is,
do you snitch?
And these are amazing questions that you ask. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a different regime of new things. So I feel like, you know, the people that are on the radio, I feel like, man, I feel like you switch it up. I'm not talking like shit. You know, appreciate what y'all do and thank you for everything that you basically do to live here. But you know, you got to change with the times. Podcast where it's at.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, horrible sales and everything like that, you know, I just believe that, you know, just because you got a following, it doesn't mean anything. Because, like, people be like, yo, Nicki. Because Nicki still sells, okay?
Yeah.
But people like, why you don't sell 1 million? You have a million and some change followers. Like I said, it's the fan base.
Absolutely.
And it's like, you look at other people, like, that have a hardcore fans.
Right.
You look at like a Logic. You feel what I'm saying? He has a big fan base. A Tyler the Creator. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
A crazy fan base. You know what I'm saying? And it's like Logic basically can sell out the Madison Square Garden, which is crazy. A lot of artists can't do that. You feel what I'm saying?
Russ is crazy
Russ,
too.
Yeah, exactly.
Russ has a crazy fan base.
Yeah, and you know, if you build your fan base up like that and you get this cult following, you can do it. Another person that people basically be like, I don't know why, NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're an artist, that's what you should do. Like, it's like, okay, that's cool, you making these songs for like TikTok and stuff like that, but there's more to it. There's more to building. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, yeah, you can get your song popping, but then it's like, okay, after you basically got that hit off TikTok, what the fuck else you do? How many artists that you see that have a hit song on TikTok and it just, after that, you basically don't see nothing from them? Because, like, you know, one of them I think of is DJ Chose. DJ Chose.
I think DJ Chose. I think
he's still popping, but the other person, I don't remember him the song like doom 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 doom. I forgot how that shit even go. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that shit was going on TikTok and everybody's doing a TikTok dance, but it's like, you after that you got to build it. Like Steve Lacy, he has a hot song on TikTok right now, and now his shit is sold out. It's about what you do to market it after that junk get hit. But yeah, so I mean, that's really what it is. It's just like, know your audience. Let me not say know your audience. Build your audience.
Build your audience. I like that.
Build your audience. And you know what I'm saying? Like that. Keep feeding them. Keep feeding them. You know what I'm saying? Because like nowadays you can't take breaks. Because music is consumed a lot faster. It's like you see, what's that artist that's from California? And he thought he could take a 2-year break. He was selling 100 something first week, like for his first album. And the second joint, $50K. Because it took a break. You
talking about YG?
No, not YG. Roddy Ricch.
Okay.
Roddy Ricch. Because Roddy Ricch, when he came out, that was a storm. And
it was like, crazy.
And it's like, with that, then you got to come back more. I don't give a care if it's a mixtape, EP. You know what I'm saying? You feed Drake. This nigga never sleeps. He keep on dropping music. Because people was like, yeah, Kendrick is going to sell Drake. Even me, I thought Kendrick was going to outsell Drake. Boy, was I wrong. You feel what I'm saying? Drake come out, boom. You feel what I'm saying? Knock it out the park. Because Drake is still relevant due to the fact that he keep on putting music. And what makes Drake crazy is that he keeps on doing, like, not just one genre, all genres.
Yeah.
Like, he's competing with everyone. You feel me? But, you know,
crazy.
That's really, truly, like, really what I got to say when it comes to that. But, you know what I mean? I think in the day, you know, we enjoy y'all for tuning Out of the Box podcast. And, you know, we hope y'all many more blessings and y'all be very successful. So, you know, I'm going to let Shakita just, you know, end it up right here.
Absolutely. And we hope you guys have learned something today. If you guys like what you heard today, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. I go by the name Shakita Speaks of Southern Belle. Here's my brother Jerome in the house. And listen, make sure you like, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, because we always dropping an episode each and every week.